Okay, let's see if we can do this in one cut here. Um, yeah, so I hung out with Sasha once and demonstrated the breakdown of body language shifts to become seductive, and then he mentioned it on Twitter, and then some people were like, Aella, you should make a video talking about the breakdown of seduction shifts. So I'm gonna try and do that for you. But before I do, I wanted to say that breaking down body language can appear very manipulative. I don't think that this is quite fair because we're always modifying our body language for the people around us. Just some of us happen to have the brains where we get to do it subconsciously and naturally. And some of us are weird, autistic, and don't understand social signaling very well. And so you have to figure it out kind of from scratch. So that's what I'm doing. If you are watching this and you don't know, I've been a sex worker for 10 years, ended up pretty successful based on figuring out how other girls were doing body language more attractively than I was. So, all right, okay. I'm a little nervous. Okay, so to start out with, basic posing is a good place to start. So, like for example, hands are a pretty subtle thing that you can do. I usually keep these two fingers connected whenever I'm doing things like reaching around or lifting shit. Keep these two kind of like this is a default. This is like basically a default way that I hold my hands now. It's very relaxed, very feminine, and usually very subtle. Like it doesn't look like you're doing anything with your hands. It kind of holds if you hold like an invisible pair. This is what I learned when I learned to dance. Um, very very feminine. So we're gonna put our hands like this, kind of like connecting an orchestra, except not that obvious. Um, Secondly, let's see, back is really important. Um, so there's a lot of forgiving for bending your lower back. So a lot of this time you're going to want to being relaxed. You want to look very relaxed and chill. And this you can do that. Just you have to channel it all into your lower back. So you can curve your lower back as much as you want. You just have to keep your upper back straight. So just for like whenever I'm sitting, often I'll do like a quick check, like check the upper back straight. Is this part is very unforgiving. You can be feeling as hot as you want, like you can be feeling like the sexiest woman in the world, and then you look back on footage of you later, and then you're just like, right? It's not cool. It's kind of like shooting porn. Like if you actually have sex that feels really good, it usually does not look very good, because you're all like, doing something like that. Like the sex that looks good is one that like presents your body very nice something. So even if you might feel wonderful, you want to drop your shoulders back. If you are going to lift your shoulders in, keep them dropped away from your neck because you want to maintain a neck line, right? So you can lift it, but if you do, lift it forward to make it look like you're relaxed. Make sure you lift the neck at all times. You'd never want to lose neck sight. You don't want to crunch down like this. Not sexy at all. So we have the upper back straight. You always want to maintain neck sight, even when you're looking. So this, for example, looks relaxed, but I'm having a good upper back and neck sight. Um, I'm going to place the weight of our pelvis on front, not the back, so like kind of like pulling my butt out, right? So this like gives you like a good lean forward and a good curve. Um, that see because you want to be like leaning sort of into your man at all times. Like a lot of these are signaling sexual one attractiveness and two availability. So things like the neck demonstration, the rolled back and the hands are sexual attraction, and this sort of thing is sexual availability. You want to sort of lean forward to channel your energy at the man you are trying to seduce. Um, Often you want your eye line to be lower than the man's, right? You want to give him a feeling of sort of dominance. And also it makes your head like sort of look bigger as in proportion to your body, which is more childlike because we are trying to look like children. This is what men like. Um, so often I will like go to the side so you can see this pulls my eyes down here. The camera is below my eye line, so you're gonna have to pretend. And this simultaneously gives a bit of a hip. So I like to try and sit in a way that looks almost aggressively relaxed, aggressively relaxed in seduction modes, where I usually will pull out a hip because you get an arch back, lean forward into the dude, so bring my eye line down. I also want to bring your chin down a little bit, so you're kind of like looking up through your lashes. It sort of makes you look a little bit more feminine. Um, and roll the shoulders back. Here we go. Here's our pose. Here's our casual pose. I can pull a foot up to make me look like I'm even more casual. Like this is even more comfortable than it is. Okay. And for body language, you want to keep it slow. So far when I've been talking, it's been sort of alternating between really fast and really slow. We're going to even out our words. We have nowhere to be. We're going to chill our fucking selves. Oh, before we totally chill, I forgot hair. Important. I usually put one half of the hair in front and one in back. Because this way you get to demonstrate your hair length while also still allowing some neck to be available. Okay, back to the chill. Um, like a big part of being seductive that I had to learn is making your words slower. We're going to not speak quickly. It's the variation that I had in speed, I'm going to put instead into up and low. So I'm going to talk really high, and then sometimes I'm going to drop really low. And in general, I'm going to try and drop the energy of what I'm saying from up in my head to down in my chest. This lowers it a little bit, maybe a little bit more breathy. And so now I have a slow, breathy kind of speech. And what this does is sort of indicates that maybe I am in fact aroused. Like the heavy breathing, sort of like the feeling that you get in your chest of it being expansive, where your attention is sort of more in your pelvis now, or you're talking from like your stomach, groin area. We breathe, we relax, we play with our hair, and we put more expression into the face. We smile a lot, more than you think. You think, wow, Aella, that's a lot of smiling. It's not enough smiling. Men love to be smiled at. I'm slightly exaggerating my expressions right now because I'm demonstrating. It's hard for me to do it naturally when I'm demonstrating, but something along these lines. Is what you're looking for. So I'm having much more expression in my face. And part of this is the reactivity because men really like to know how they're impacting you. And so you want to be easily impacted. This is part of like the openness and vulnerability and availability. Like if you are very easily moved by them, this increases the likelihood that they're going to rearrange your insides. Look at my fingers all beautiful right now. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you're being open and vulnerable. So we're expressive, we're really slow, we're smiling, your jokes are really funny. Uh, And I don't know, you just kind of keep your head down. You tilt, you keep that neck long. You kind of look away, look back. I do mean this. This is an organic thing I do now. And you might want to sort of like rotate your body a little bit, back and forth. Whatever you're doing, keep it relaxed, keep it slow, keep your words simple. Your words simple and small. Remember, when you're horny, there's not a lot of room for other thoughts. I know I'm exaggerating as I'm a little cynical about it, but it is honestly true. I made a lot more money camming when I smiled and I used simple, small words. So here's the most attractive version of myself broken down for you now. Okay, I'm gonna reduce. I'm, I'm reverting. I'm reverting. It's like an alien. Okay, I am back to normal. Um, yeah, this is me specific. Maybe this is very obvious to some of you. Uh, maybe you're very good at this already, but I don't know. This is just the way that I do it. So.